Love Nation, we are continuing to read the Justin Baldini counter lawsuit, and this is chapter 10. This lawsuit has definitely had a lot of things put in here that were considerably shocking, and we are halfway through it. So, again, please like, share, subscribe, Love Nation. This is chapter 10, and here we go. Beyond the script revisions, Blake Lively extended her influence over the film to other areas, frequently challenging decisions and asserting control. She not only rewrote her own dialogue, but also made unilateral changes to other characters' lines, effectively altering the script on a broad scale. This pattern of interference continued to disrupt the production process, often causing stress, chaos, and delays. Over the months leading up to the film's release, Blake and her collaborators consistently scrutinized interactions with Justin Baldini and employed tactics that fall squarely within the definition of gaslighting. This behavior pressured Sony, Justin Baldini, and Wayfarer Studios into ceding control to Blake Lively at every turn, resulting in her domination of nearly every aspect of the film's production. Blake Lively sets the stage for coercion by drafting a protective letter that intentionally misrepresents the nature of the conversations had between Justin and or Heath and Blake Lively, demands Wayfarer's parties to sign for Blake Lively to return to work after the industry strikes. Principal photography began on May 15th of 2024. From mid-June to early November of 2023, production was suspended due to the industry guild strikes. When the strikes ended on November 9th of 2023, production was eager to resume filming and make up for lost time. The same day, however, Wayfarer received an unsettling and unexpected email from Blake Lively through her counsel containing a 17-point list of non-negotiable conditions that must be met before Blake will return to work. Though Wayfarer disagreed as to the basis for requesting these conditions, which insinuated those demands were the result of inappropriate behavior by Justin Baldini and Heath, the terms were agreeable, and some were already in place. For example, Blake Lively demanded that an intimacy coordinator be present at all times when Blake Lively was on set. In fact, an intimacy coordinator had already been engaged during the first half of production, so Wayfarer took no issue with the request. Contrary to Blake Lively's assertion, it was she who refused to meet with the intimacy coordinator to plan out scenes, putting Justin in an awkward position of meeting with the intimacy coordinator alone and later relaying the adult scene suggestions to Blake Lively in the intimacy coordinator's absence, not only defeating the purpose, but resulting in accusations by the Times that before shooting began, Justin wanted to add adult content that Blake Lively considered gratuitous. In fact, those scenes were proposed by the intimacy coordinator. This is well documented in handwritten notes Justin Baldini took during meetings with the intimacy coordinator. And here are some of the messages. Again, the text messages are a big part of this countersuit. And here is one of the messages that made it in here. It says, and this is from Justin Baldini to Blake Lively, just hired an intimacy coordinator who I love. Will set you up with one to meet her next week for an intro. Blake Lively responded, I feel good. I can meet her when we start. Thank you, though. Then Justin wrote to a female producer, just for your information, just wanted to tell you about this. Seems she doesn't want to meet intimacy coordinator until we start, which may mess up the workflow. But I can still meet with her, of course. And the female producer said, that's fine. If she doesn't want to meet with her now, You'll have to walk her through what you did, what the intimacy coordinator is thinking. The countersuit continues. Justin Baldini dated handwritten notes from his meeting with the intimacy coordinator, which again Blake Lively declined attending, were read to Blake Lively at her penthouse, where she insisted she and Justin meet to write sex scenes together. As it was, the adult scenes were not written, and it was always Justin Baldini's intention for them to be written with input from both the intimacy coordinator and Blake Lively. The female gaze that Blake Lively distorts in her CRD complaint, which the Times then publishes, in response to a proposal from the intimacy coordinator that Ryle not have a big O. After he satisfies Lily, Blake remarked, "I'd be mortified if that happened to me." To which Justin, following Blake Lively's lead in what seemed like an attempt to connect and develop their characters, remarked that those have been some of the most beautiful moments of my life with my wife. And I. Blake Lively again distorts this in both the protections for return to production and made Wayfarer, Heath, and Baldini sign, and in the CRD complaint, which the Time publishes as fact without any investigation whatsoever. First, this suggestion did not originate with Justin, and Blake Lively knew this. Second, it was Blake Lively who first personalized the scenes. And third, and perhaps most important, they were writing scenes for their characters. Blake Lively claims that Justin made her feel unsafe when he used the word sexy while discussing a wardrobe adjustment, when in fact Blake Lively herself had previously indicated, both verbally and in text message shown below, that she wanted her character's wardrobe to be sexier, for a scene in which all the characters wore onesies. Blake Lively opted to wear a large coat over hers, obscuring the outfit. Justin, as the film's director, suggested she remove the coat, explaining the look would be sexier without it. Blake Lively took offense to the comment and appeared upset, interpreting it negatively rather than as a creative direction. Feeling he had upset her, Justin apologized, despite having made a professional suggestion as a director. Notably, in a separate text exchange, Blake Lively herself used the word sexy to describe one of her character's outfits while advocating for her own wardrobe choice, an inconsistency that undermines the basis of her complaint. And here are the text messages that were included in this. And this is from Blake Lively to Justin Baldini. Blake Lively reads, "Just text Ange this also. We'll show you both ways, but Beanie is much sexier. It's the look. Feels TV without, especially without a crop top in the snow. It justifies the rest of the skin, and also is a girl I would check out walking down the street because it washes the effort off the rest of the look." Justin Baldini responds in this text message, "Good morning. If you don't have time to listen with morning craziness, here's a text. Just want to make sure you're okay with throwing the jacket on from yesterday morning or putting it on over your... I want to line up a shot and see if I can just use a piece of the shoulder for the establishing shot at the old cafe we didn't get yesterday. I might not need it, but just want to cover. See you soon." Blake Lively responds. And then also, before I read what she responded to, note here that this message was sent May 18th of 2023, okay? Because this might stand out in part of this lawsuit to line up these dates. Again, this particular message between these two was on May 18th. All right, so continuing to read the text. Blake Lively responds, "If it's just her shoulder, no problem. If it's her body or head, etc., then it should be me. I was wondering about not having that shot, but kept it to myself." Justin Baldini says, Yeah, we ran out of time. I want to line it up with the shoulder, and if it doesn't work, then when you're dressed, we'll figure it out. By the way, if you're ever wondering if we have a shot or need one, I don't ever feel it's overstepping if you bring it up to me. For your information, Brandon just landed. We're talking character, no one waiting. Blake Lively says, mortified, they dropped me off at the flower shop. I was in the wrong spots. The lawsuit continues. Blake Lively established what language is acceptable to her and what is not at the very onset of the relationship, just 2 days into filming. To use this language herself, then in turn make a note of each instance when her director used the same language. Also to describe her wardrobe and character is, at best, a double standard. To generate a list of demands that insinuate he and his business partner acted inappropriately and refused to work unless they agree not to do it again is calculating and even extortionistic. But to then use Wayfair, Baldoni, and Heath agreement to not do something they already did not to do, were not doing, and had no intention of doing, as the basis to file a non-public CRD complaint against them and release it to the public herself in order to ruin their reputations is defamation. The Times was directly complicit in this. Blake Lively also established very early that it was acceptable to be present while Blake was milking. Both Heath and Baldoni have children and are very comfortable around milking mothers, and Blake Lively seemed equally comfortable. In fact, Blake Lively's wife co-founded a company that makes milking garments, a prototype that originated with his mother when he was a baby. And as revealed in a text message exchange between Baldoni and Lively, less than 2 weeks into filming, Blake invited Justin to her trailer to rehearse lines while she was pumping milk. Blake Lively now alleges in a CRD complaint that Justin and or Heath would enter her makeup trailer of their own volition while she was milking. Notably, milking was an activity she often conducted openly in the presence of both Baldoni and Heath, including during production meetings. This text message is from Justin Baldoni to Blake Lively, and it says, Blake, oh, I'm just sorry to hear you and baby are sick. I know it's literally the last thing you needed right now on top of a tough week. I pray it comes and goes with mild symptoms, and more than anything that he is okay. If you feel up to it, I'm here absolutely anytime and would listen to check in. I know this week was a lot, and I'm committed to making things run smoother across the board. Blake Lively says, our mistake, Molly did get the new pages at 11 p.m. last night. She didn't realize they were new, but new pages can always be sent to me as well, please. Then Blake Lively goes on to say, I'm just pumping in my trailer if you want to work out our lines. Justin says, copy, eating with crew, and we'll head that way. Blake says, take your time. Justin says, I'm here. I'll meet you in a bit. Blake Lively says, sorry, I'm just seeing this. Justin says, here's a shorter version of Chrissy's original. And then this is from the script right here. The R stands for, I guess, his character's name. And then the L is the character that Blake Lively was playing. I believe her name was Lily. And screenshot that, if you want to read that for yourself. We are going to stop right there to end chapter 10. We will continue with chapter 11 in just a bit. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, be safe, enjoy your day. Bye, guys.